Okay, so here we are with part two of driving with a focus in Mexico. As far as the cops go, so there are three types in Mexico: the Policía Federal, the Policía Estado, and the Policía Municipal. So you can sort of guess which are which. The federal. So those are the police for the entire country. You'll see them on a lot of the big highways. You can trust them, at least at the moment. They're pretty trustworthy. I don't, no, none of them stop me the entire way down. They do have cop cutouts, cop car cutouts, life size on the side of some of the highways, which are really funny. But I guess you can't park a car, everywhere, so they just put up some of the cutouts to make you think a little twice, think a little more, because everyone is breaking the speed limit, especially during the day. The speed limits are really low. That's why everyone breaks the speed limits. So there's a lot of 80 kilometers per hour, which is probably below 60. 90 is right around 60 miles per hour. And so, but there are some 110s, which are closer to 70 miles per hour. But everyone's going about 20 kilometers over the speed limit during the day. At night, they all slow down because you can't really see road hazards. So you can't, I didn't see a lot of animals on the roads. I did see a lot of roadkill. But there's that. There are some potholes on some of the worst roads, and so everyone slows down to about the speed limit at night. And I did do a good deal of night driving, even though everyone says not to. It wasn't an issue, but I consider myself a good driver, and that's one of the reasons I could get away with it. Remember that thing, everyone considers themselves an above average driver. Well, I consider myself a good driver, so maybe that means I'm above average. But there's a lot of incomplete construction sites. You'll see a lot of just concrete construction along the roads, especially in Mexico, but also in Guatemala and a bit in Honduras. I don't know if it's abandoned stuff, if it's stuff that got started and then they just ran out of money. So you'll see a lot of that. In Puebla, which is a city a little bit to the east of Mexico City, there are these guys just holding one or two puppies and selling them on the side of the highway. Highway roads, if there's an entrance or exit. And it was just hilarious. But I didn't see it any other part of my trip. But there's just two really cute puppies, one in each arm, and just selling them. I'm not sure for how much. I should have stopped and asked just to figure it out. I went through the growing region, so I saw where all your food is grown. If it's from Mexico, I probably saw it. There's all sorts of stuff being grown down there. I didn't see huge pesticide dispensaries or anything like that. So it looked like it was a pretty nice growing system. But I saw where it was made. Now that I'm down here in Tela, I've got all the fresh fruits and veggies that I could ask for. There were a lot of tolls in Mexico. I burned through probably $200 worth of cash, and then had to go into my Visa card and use my Visa at the tolls. The tolls are much more expensive up north, the closer you are to the U.S., and then there's a couple odd ones that are further down to the east that are a lot. But the highest being about 15. But then they're much cheaper as you get into Guatemala and Honduras. I don't even know if I had a toll in Guatemala because there are no real big highways. And in Honduras, there was one toll out of San Pedro Sula that was a whopping 30 cents. So you can deal with that. And then the last thing was there are these entrepreneurs on the bridge overpasses. So there will be overpasses for cars that are not on the highway. And so there are these guys that'll get up on this one-lane bridge, and they'll let people know when it's okay to cross, when it's clear, and they'll get a couple pesos for it. So I thought that was a pretty cool little thing that guys are trying to make money off of, just by getting up on top of a bridge and saying when it's okay to pass. So, all right, that's it for this edition, and I'll come back with some stuff actually updating about Tela now that I've gotten these out of the way.